Awaken to your truth that you are the I Am presence in harmony with the divine. You are consciousness beyond what the body and mind identify. This is Moment to Moment. Host Lynda Hope will remind and enlighten you to know your divine nature. You were born into the body already aware, but forgot it as you expanded your sense of identity, ego mind, pattern behaviors, and habits. Stop sleepwalking and wake up to your timeless, eternal, formless self. Now, your host of Moment to Moment, Lynda Hope.
Good evening, namaste, welcome wherever you are tuning in to from anywhere in the world, from Hawaii, from New Mexico, where I am now presently located, or Milwaukee, or Wisconsin, wherever you are. We're going to light you up. We're going to tune you into what this vibration feels like, which is the present moment, which is the now, which is all there is. As you know, if you followed our show Moment to Moment, you realize your true essence is presence, the present moment that you are now, and nothing else exists. You are that formless space. You are that eternal sense of self. That is your true nature. And we're here to remind you all the time. On every show that I do, I am reminding you of who you really are, the I am presence of you. And I am so excited to have a guest that knows what it is to experience the formless. She talks to the formless. She knows the formless. She feels into that eternal sense of self in her own being and is able to hear, to feel into that space of bliss and of formless energy that exists beyond this body-mind experience. So just stay tuned with and take out your notepad if you want, come on the show if you want, come through StreamYard and be ready to ask questions because it's going to be an amazing show. So I'm going to introduce her right now so we can get things started. She has her own show here actually on WLTK-DB. She's here on Monday nights and she has a show. It's called Be the Change Radio. So it's on Monday at 8 p.m. Central. She really interviews those people who make a change in the world. In fact, I think I was on her show. No ego involved. In fact, I was on the show and I just felt so compelled to have my own show at that moment to express my teachings and such that I owe it to her and thank her for that opportunity. So I want to also, reciprocate. And here is Kristina soon after I introduce her. Stay tuned. Kristina Bloom is a psychic medium, channel for the divine. For more than 2 decades, she has been doing private readings and facilitating individual and gallery psychic readings across the country, speaking in front of both small and large groups. The insight and wisdom of spirit easily moves through her, allowing for clear information for you, the receiver of the messages, to come through. With her lighthearted nature, Kristina continues to get confirmation from spirit until the messages become clear. Kristina offers several online metaphysical classes, facilitating spiritual retreats, and is a paranormal investigator and researcher, currently working with the Adirondack Park Paranormal Society. And you can check her out, her classes. You can check out kristinebloom.com/services. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on Christine. Oh, brought her in and brought her out. Hold on. Here she is.
Here I am. Here
you are, formless and form. Yes.
I keep popping in and out of existence, apparently.
Popping in and out of existence. That's right.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really good, Lynda. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
It's a treat to have you on. And
Thank you.
It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah. And I missed your going away party. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is sort of a way that we can celebrate, actually, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no. And we have some wonderful people coming in.
I
Eve,
see.
I am spiritual. Oh, that's her handle. Okay.
Yeah.
Lizzie.
Resnick.
Ah,
He's my bestie.
oh, is he?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Alicia. Do you know her?
I don't know if I know her. I might.
Okay.
Hi.
Courtney. Hey, Courtney. It's so great to see you again. Tina.
Yeah. Anne.
Anik. Yeah.
Anne.
Whoa. We're really have wonderful people on here today.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me ask you something. I don't know if our viewers are familiar with you. Some I'm sure are from seeing your show every Monday night. But tell us a little bit how you got started in all this. Were you one day, did it just happen and you went, wow, or did it take time, or how did it go?
It actually started when I was a toddler. I was just barely able to speak. Yeah, and I would have dreams, and then I would wake up crying. And I had the same dream, I think 5, 6 times over a period of about 10 years, and maybe a little less. I'm not really sure. But in the dream, I would go into a room that during my childhood was my grandparents' office, but in the dream, there was a hospital bed in there. And there was a lady in the bed, and I would go in and kiss her on the cheek and pull a sheet over her head and wake up crying. And every time I did that, some relative I never heard of in Sweden or somewhere had passed away at the same time or right around the same time.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was pretty obvious right from the beginning that I had something going on.
And so these people changed, the people in the bed. You saw their
Same lady every time.
same lady.
Yeah, and it turns out it was my great-grandmother who passed away probably 10 years before I was born, but I was named after her.
Huh.
So,
Wow. That's
yeah.
amazing. Did you know anybody in your family with this ability as well?
No one that will admit to it.
Well, that's another question.
Right.
How are
Right.
they about your ability? Did your parents say, "Oh, please stop it already," or?
No, it was actually pretty accepted. I think my grandmother had some stuff going on, and so it was pretty like, okay, she had the dream again. Who was it? I mean, by about the third time, they knew something was up. And then somewhere in my childhood, I started having a dream about a man who would sit on my great aunt's front porch. And she just had like this cement stoop kind of a thing. And he had his arm in a sling. And every time I saw him, someone got injured.
Wow.
Yeah. Like one time, my grandmother slipped on the ice and broke her kneecap. Another time, someone had a shoulder injury. But I mean, those were the ones who were injured but didn't cross over. They were just injured. So
Wow. And so how did you
Yeah.
reconcile that? How did you did you just say accept it and say it was just part of who you are, or?
Well, as a kid, I didn't know any different. I
Right.
assumed everybody did this because when you're a kid and you can do something, you assume all the other kids can do it too. I didn't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't occur to me to even question it because you're just used to it, you know?
Yeah. And so tell me a little bit how you were able to hear the voices after a while and tune into those, individually and help others. How did that all?
That just sort of developed over time.
Did it?
Yeah, that developed over time. The dream stopped when I hit puberty, and then that's when it all started on the outside waking world. And even at that time, it was so clear, I didn't realize that it was psychic. I didn't realize that I was receiving messages. And it probably wasn't until, I don't know, sometime in middle school where somebody just said, "Will you please stop being weird?" And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But apparently, like, I just knew things I wasn't supposed to know. If that makes sense, like I would be talking to somebody about something that happened in their house or in their family, or whatever, and they're like, "How do you know that?"
Okay. Sort of the connection is a little bit weak there, but we'll be back on track in a moment, I'm sure. Oh, there we are. All right. So if you,
Yeah, it says my internet is lagging, and I'm sorry, it doesn't look like it is. That's the problem. It looks
that's
like it's,
okay. You were saying something about being in
yeah.
school, and they said, "Don't be so weird," and
Don't be so weird. Yeah, like stop being
you
so
didn't know
weird.
you were
And
weird. What exactly were they referring to? I mean, what were you doing that was prompting that?
just knowing
Mhm.
things that happen like in their families or something that I really
Um,
had no way to know.
so what did you do? You
Yeah.
stopped a child or a kid, or said, "Hey,
Well, as much as I could. Yeah. And by then I was already like, I'm a recovering alcoholic. And by that time I was already drinking heavily, trying not to hear the voices, trying not to see the visions, trying not to do any of that. And it didn't work, but I kept trying it anyway.
wow." When you
Yeah,
just said that, did you notice that you went into a blur?
I
Not
did not.
not to see the visions. That was strange. I
Yeah.
don't know if anybody else saw that or caught that, but all of a sudden you blurred out a little bit and came back in. That's
That's
what
weird. I
that
was looking at you, so I didn't see.
was looking at you. I mean, I thought
Yeah.
that was very synchronistic. Oh,
Ane
love
saw the
it.
blur.
I love
Interesting.
it. Well, when you see the
Hi,
replay.
Tristan.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and all those people participating today, if you have any questions, you want to put it in the chat. You want to chat. If we say something, you want to bring, a question to Kristina or myself, please do. I will put you. I will click on the private chat. So please put it in the private chat so we can see it. So tell me a little bit about your growing up. Now, you grew up in Wisconsin, you say?
Yes.
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 And so, feeling of not fitting in or feeling weird, how long, did it take for you to process it, to get over this whole thing of, wow, I'm weird, or well, how do I fit in? What
Well,
turned
I think when we're teenagers, that's the one thing we all want to do, right? We all want to fit in.
right?
And I didn't. I kind of turned into a wallflower, tried to hide, just because it was easier than trying to explain something I didn't understand. So it was more like I just sort of tried to fade into the background. I don't think it worked,
No, you
but
did.
I tried. And I tried to be normal, right? So I tried to do normal things. I tried, German club and science club, and went out for gymnastics, and trying to do all of those things to try to fit in. It wasn't me. It never worked.
Mhm.
But we do what we can, right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Once I went through treatment between my junior and senior years of high school.
Okay.
And in what I came to, in order to stay sober, I had to come to terms with these abilities, because quitting drinking didn't stop the voices. It just made them make more sense.
Mm.
So it was something I really had to come to terms to in order to stay sober. And it's kind of just taken over my life. I mean, when you have a calling, you have a calling. There's no getting away from it.
Right, right. And so, did you ever ask God, why me? Did you ever
Oh,
say,
I'm sure I did multiple times.
right,
Yeah.
right? And what do you think
Yeah.
that is? What did something come up for you with that?
I'm pretty sure I chose this. I came into this life with purpose, and I know I've had a few astrologers explain my chart to me, and why I have, first of all, 8 Virgos in my chart, and why they're all in one area of spirituality and work. And I have a very lopsided chart. And I don't know a lot about astrology. I'm just telling you what they've told me. It's just really interesting to me that I chose this. I even chose a family that I would have difficulty attaching to. Like, I just didn't, like, there's no attachment, because I didn't come here for my family. I came here to do this. So, yeah, I think I chose this. I think my soul chose this.
And what
Yeah.
in your practice do you find most rewarding when you help people with their
I find mediumship the most rewarding.
mediumship? Okay.
Mediumship. Yeah, because it's my favorite form of healing. When I can help someone resolve an issue with a family member who's passed, or get closure, or ask questions and get answers, it really helps them to heal their heart, to heal their soul, to even sometimes to heal their mind, because sometimes there are just questions that people never got answers to when that person was alive. And so, I find that to be the most profound thing I do. I don't know how else to say that. Profound is a word.
Right, right. I would also think that that people want to know that there is life after this, that there is another, I guess, dimension, would you say, that is greater, more eternal than this form that we think that's all there is, right? We only think that this is our form. We have a limited time here on this lifetime, this planet, and we have a birth and we have a death, and that's it. And then a lot of people don't believe there's after that, right? There's nothing after.
Right. And some people don't want to.
And I can't understand that.
I can't understand that either. But like, I have a brother. He's like, this is it. There's nothing after this.
Yeah.
He's had two near-death experiences where he experienced nothing. So in his experience, there's nothing.
Really interesting. Why do you think that was the case with him?
I have no idea, but I've had 4 of them, and that was not my experience at all. Wow. So yeah.
So tell me about one of them that happened to you, your death experience.
Well, I'll talk about the last one.
Okay.
It was, I had a very severe case of pneumonia, and I literally kind of drowned inside myself. And after I was admitted to the hospital, and they did an emergency surgery to save my life, but I was already gone and came back and had gone into the light and was happy there. And I was pretty angry when I was brought back. I'll be honest. I was angry for months because there was no pain where I went.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was a lot of pain coming back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've read other people, their stories, near-death experience stories, and they all talk about the light, seeing the light, maybe seeing the shadows of people, but hearing their voices telepathically, just feeling a sense of bliss, a sense of godliness in that space, and not wanting to come back.
Right. Yeah. I kind of feel like I was just sort of pulled back.
Pulled back.
Yeah.
Because you're not done. You're not done here.
I have a friend in high school who used to always tease me about being a cat. Like, I always land on my feet and I've got 9 lives. And I was kind of a daredevil in high school. So that's what she was alluding to. I'm not going through that 5 more times. Sorry. No. No.
No, and that's why I'm so passionate about understanding my truer sense of self, my essence, my presence, knowing that I'm not this form identity anymore. That what I really am is love and light and one with God and everything that God is part of.
Right.
And I remember you did a reading at Robert's house where you channeled alien, a Pleiadian.
Pleiadian, yeah, the Pleiadian High Council, probably.
And you spoke about oneness consciousness, that you knew that, because I think I asked you that question. Is there oneness? Oh yes, this is all one. We are all one. So it really was profound for me, because I see that no matter where you live in the world, any planet you are in existence here, we're all that. We're all part of consciousness, and we are. For us to know that deeper sense, that we don't fear death. There's no death, because we know that we live on through this, and there's no problem with saying, well, you don't feel that sense of attachment to anything either. Right. So you can be in a relationship, but you're not holding on. You're not attached to anything. Even the place I just moved to, I love it, but I didn't want to be here because made me happy. I chose it for the energy, and I thought this is an amazing place to feel vibrationally alive. Not that it would make me as a person happier because I was here necessarily.
Gotcha.
So I think that when we experience that truth within ourselves, we can easily transition when the time comes without much resistance.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. And I am not a death doula or anything like that, but I have been around for a few different people as they were going through their crossing over, and it's very much like a birth. It's very much like a birth, but those who are afraid hold on so much longer and put themselves through so much more suffering than what they need to. Yeah.
As a chaplain in the hospital, I saw that too. Some patients were, well, some of my congregants were so amazing. One lady in particular, the family was all around her. She was really in a beautiful, peaceful place. And it was, 1 minute they thought, oh, this is her time. She's out of here, right? Next minute, I come in the room the next day in the hospital, and she's up and she's smiling and she's saying, "How are you, Cantor?" And I'm going, "Hello."
Yeah.
And
that rally point, yeah.
Rallied, right? And she was telling, and then at that point, when you rally, you start giving all this wisdom out, right, to all your family members. This is, and then the next day, she was again in a coma, and then she soon passed. But she made it so easy on the family because she was at peace with it, and the family felt good about it. Yeah, that's how strong that was for that experience for her. But I have a question though.
Okay.
I remember mentioning it to you prior to the show. If any of my relatives sort of pop in and out of this conversation, I'd love you to say, "Hey, I'm sort of feeling that somebody from your family's here." So if you do get that inkling,
I will let you know for sure.
Let me know.
Yeah, I will let you know.
Good. Or anybody else that's here and
I saw some comments about wanting readings, asking if we were doing readings. So
are you?
If you want me to, sure, I can.
Absolutely. If there's any,
I'm just trying to find it. Let's see. Alicia said she's telling my story. It's crazy. Fellow wallflower here. Addiction seems to be a common thing with sensitive people like us because we feel so deeply. I'm glad you found the light at the end, helping people. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. And I am spiritual. I'm a recovering addict as well. Did not come here to be a drug addict. Yep, exactly. So we're 27 years. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, what an accomplishment. I'm spiritual is also open to any messages from loved ones or guides looking for guidance on the next phase. I love you too, Courtney. Be weird with me. We're weird together, aren't we? And Marilyn asked, can you give us messages? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to go through, but yeah, we did see some.
Perfect.
All right. So I'm open for one if you're drawn, Anne. Okay, cool.
All right. Beautiful.
I'm a little nervous reading for Anne because I know she's a pro.
Oh, she also
yeah, she has a show where she does readings here on the same station. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. I have to share with you, when I was younger, I used to have premonition dreams.
Okay.
And they were so crazy, and I just accepted them as part of who I was. In fact, I would see some of my relatives, the shadows of my relatives also, knowing feeling them, that's who that was. And I had a premonition dream that my grandmother, I was living in California, I was in my 20s at the time, and I kept getting a reoccurring dream with my brother. We went into a funeral home, and we were sitting on a train, and it went around the funeral, went outside and came back through the funeral doors and left. Nothing exciting there. The second time, I was with my brother on this little kiddie train going around again, and then there was a grave dug out. And the next time, it was a casket open.
Okay.
And so then I left from California to come to Chicago. The day I landed, my grandmother went into the hospital, and she was diagnosed with cancer. So I felt that was sort of telling me that something was coming, right? That she was on her way, about to die. And she was a very powerful lady. And the experience that I had with her after she passed, the energy I felt in her house, the hot and cold kind of feelings where you walk in. At the grave, I felt I had her necklace, and it was vibrating after her funeral. I could feel that. So I've had many of those types of situations where I was sensitive to energy, and my grandfather came right through me when I did his funeral. So but I never learned how to help others with that, to do any readings for anyone else. Is this something that you can learn if you're sensitive like this?
You can, yeah. I actually wrote a program for that, and it's also my book. Hold on just a second here.
Yes, please show your book.
Here's my book.
All right.
Yeah, and the program is called Intuitive You. It's personal and psychic and personal development. And there is a part 2 coming out one of these days. I just haven't quite finished it yet to my satisfaction. But yeah, I do teach Intuitive You. In fact, I taught it for probably 12 or 13 years before I actually released the book. So the book is, 12 or 13 years of experience teaching it put into the book. And it's written in a way that it just walks you through step by step by step.
Wow.
So, you can do it private study or individual study, or you can take a class. And I teach the classes online.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
by request.
Oh, okay.
By request. There aren't any scheduled right now because no one has requested one recently.
Well, we may get a lot of requests after the show.
We might. Yeah. Yeah. It's an all-day class. So, it's a commitment, but definitely worth reading. And Courtney, I want to say thank you. I just saw her message that she posted, 10 minutes ago. The day that you read me was life-changing. Oh. I was buzzing for like a week. Ask Krista. I don't know how to say that last name. But I did want to say, since you asked and reminded me to check, your mother has been here, and she's actually with you a lot.
Who are you talking to?
You,
me.
Lynda. Yeah. Yeah. She's with you a lot, and she likes where you are now. A lot. I don't, there's something that she's showing me, I don't know if you have flowers on your deck or patio or something. She's showing me flowers, small flowers.
Yes, I have cactus with small flowers.
Yeah, she's showing me the flowers and that she likes being there, and she just really enjoys it. She says it's beautiful. It's somewhere she just loves being.
Wow.
So
that's great. I have to say that probably the flowers is an indication. My daughter's getting married on Friday, and we were just talking about flowers.
Okay. Yeah. Flowers came through strong. So yeah, there you go.
Get a bouquet for her. And that, yes. And that we're going to put flowers on the table for after the wedding. So I had a feeling that she was going to be coming through today because I think what they say is also if the name of the person comes into your mind very strongly, they're with you. Is that
usually, yeah.
And so I had a feeling she was going to come on tonight and say, I have Cheryl wear something of mine for the wedding.
Okay.
And so I said to her, well, if that's true, Mom, I want you to tell that to Kristina. so I know that I felt you,
She just keeps bringing up the small flowers.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
That's what she's bringing up is the small flowers. She likes the little blossoms.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for that.
That's all she's brought up. She's like, she can wear whatever she wants to the wedding. I don't care.
Really? Is that what she's getting?
Yeah. She doesn't, she's not attached to what your daughter wears at the wedding.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. She just wanted, and she's going to be there, and she wanted to talk about flowers. So does in your daughter's bouquets, are there small flowers mixed
We haven't gotten it yet. We haven't gotten them yet.
She's showing me pink and yellow and white small flowers. I don't even know what they are. They're small flowers.
Well, we're going to make sure that there's pink, yellow, and white small flowers.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheryl wants to add whatever we have in that area. She wants to add to that, sort of bring in the environment too.
Right.
So that's exciting. Pink.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. So yeah, that's great. Anyone else want to ask Kristina a question at this time?
Actually, I was drawn to, I had already read that she had asked for if we were doing readings or something. I'm looking, Marilyn.
Okay.
She said, can you give us messages? Yeah, if we could bring her on or have her just write what her message is.
Yeah, she's not backstage on the screen, so I can't bring her on. But yes, so how would you like to, you want to private chat?
Sure, unless she wants to leave a message here. I mean, I'm going to read the message either way.
Okay, or here. That's great.
Yeah, and Robert put a message in private chat for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So Marilyn just wanted to a message. Can you give us a message? I don't know if she means like a message for everyone, but I'll just tune into Marilyn and see what happens here.
Okay.
Just give me a moment here. I'm just going to connect in with her energy.
Mm-hmm.
Marilyn, when I tuned into you, first of all, what I felt was I'm an evidential medium, so I give evidence so that you can identify with it, but I'm also a physical medium, so I feel it. And I felt like my sinuses just really kind of get stuffy and kind of like pressure in my head. And I don't know if that's necessarily a sinus issue or if it's more of you've got a lot on your mind, but I feel like it was just a lot of pressure right there. And as I'm tuning into that, and I close my eyes because I'm visually distracted. So sorry about that. My eyes are closed when I'm doing readings because I'm visually distracted. But as I'm tuning into that, I feel like you've got some decisions coming up, or you've got to make a decision about something you're not comfortable making a decision about. I feel like it actually has to do with someone else, not necessarily a decision for you in particular. But let's see if you... Lilies of the Valley, she said. Okay. Anyone from your family and spirit. Okay. In that case, Marilyn, if you were looking for someone from your family and spirit, then I probably got someone who had some sort of an issue with the head, with the brain, some sort of I don't know, like an aneurysm or a brain cancer or something with the head. Could have been a head injury. I feel like a lot of pressure across the face. And I don't know who this is. And I don't get names. I'm going to be straight up front about that. I do not get names. If you're looking for a name, you're going to be waiting a long time because they just don't come through to me. I don't know why. They don't give me names, but they do give me information. And so as I'm tuning in, I'm feeling the pain in the head, especially across the face, and some in the neck. Like I'm getting pain in my neck and either shooting up or down through my arms. So I'm not sure what that is about exactly. Dementia. Okay. That makes sense because this feels confusing. This feels confusing. So as this person is coming through, they're coming through to let you know that it's them, that it was whoever it was with dementia. So now that I have that information, I can clear away the evidence and get down to the message. And the message is thank you. The message is thank you. Like, thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for maybe even not yelling at me. Thanks, Rose. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thank you that's coming through. Thank you for being gentle. Thank you for, I don't know what exactly. She just keeps saying thank you.
Marilyn says mother.
Yeah, I saw that. Mother.
No, mother's.
Yeah. But whatever you did, she is grateful for. She wants you to know that all is well, that she feels whole and complete again. She doesn't feel, she's saying fractured. She doesn't feel fractured like she did with the dementia. She feels whole and complete. And she wants me to tell you that she loves you, and please don't worry about her. She's in a very good place. She's very comfortable, and she's very, she feels safe. I'm getting the feeling that with the dementia, through no one's fault, she just didn't feel safe. And I know that that can be part of dementia, is not feeling safe. But she's saying that she feels safe. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I keep getting from her.
That's wonderful.
And I hope that was helpful. Do you want me to keep going? I know Robert had put
Marilyn
something in
says,
there.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Robert wanted me to bring up an instance where you had a related heart attack. You had a story around that you wanted to share, and he wants to share it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Robert and I, when I was living out west, you're welcome, Marilyn. Um, he and I actually met in California. I was living in the Seattle area, and we made a plan to meet in California and go to the Oneness Festival, I think it was called.
Celebration of Oneness, he said.
Celebration of Oneness. Yeah, that was it. And I was doing healings, and he was kind of managing traffic for me or something. But every time I got close to him, I got a pain in my chest.
Huh.
I mean, like a sharp pain in my chest. And if you want to bring him up, he can tell you the story too. Yeah.
Robert.
I would get a sharp pain in my chest. And Robert, how long after that was it that you had the heart attack?
I got home, and a few days later, I had a heart attack. And fortunately, my sister was close by with a cuff, and we decided to drive all the way to the Janesville hospital because the closest one didn't have a heart unit. But she sensed something was amiss. Took him 7 hours to figure it out. It's a miracle that I was alive, but because Kristina sensed something was wrong there, it increased my awareness. And I think as a direct result, it had us take fast action to save my life. But she was able to predict that when we were at that. We shared a booth together. It was a very cool event with people from The Secret, Agape International. And Kristina was quite popular there. And but we split a booth, and but she sensed it, and I just wanted to make note of it in a real life story. So
thank you. Yeah, I know when
amazing.
He sent me an email after he got home from the hospital. I'm like, wait, what? All I knew was that every time I got close to him, I had chest pain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
So I mean, it was. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I know that was years ago now. That was, wow, a long time, like probably 15 years ago or more.
Yeah, approximately.
Yeah. And you said, Robert, that Kristina knew your mom before she met you.
Right.
So I'm wondering if Kristina can feel your mother's presence at all. We're talking about mothers, my mother, and then, Marilyn's mother.
And
do you want to do a reading for Robert and see if anything comes up for you?
Well, I can see her around him. She's around him a lot, actually. Yeah.
I feel her presence virtually always.
Mm-hmm.
There is no separation.
No. She was this very sweet lady. I really, really liked her. Very wise woman. Yeah. She had a lot of wisdom to share.
Yeah. So does Robert. I guess he's a child of the old block.
I guess he is.
Yeah. That's
Life
right.
would be different without a mother who was like Mother Teresa,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. How many people really talk about their mothers in that way? Not too many. So you are so blessed. Thank you.
All right. Let me see.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. So it's not even Mother's Day, and it's all about mothers right now.
I know. There are a lot of people on here, and I'm just kind of going through and seeing like what jumps out at me. I kind of like to do readings for people I haven't read for before.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, what you said about Marilyn with her mom with dementia, my father had dementia.
Okay.
And about being scared. That disease does make you very, very scared. And one of the things that you answered for me was that she doesn't have that anymore, that she's clear now in
spirit. Yeah.
Spirit. And that's what when he died, I had no feeling of remorse. I just was so happy that he was transitioning and he was not suffering anymore with that. And that he would have that pure love and awareness of God coming and not being in that terrible state of dementia. So thank you for that, because it gives me some comfort to know.
No, you're welcome. My grandfather had dementia too, and I was the person on call for him because I lived nearby. And he experienced a lot of pain, a lot of confusion, a lot of fear. Yeah. And during parts of it, there was like paranoia. I mean, it's such a confounding disease.
Right.
You know, and there's so many different ways that it can manifest. And Anne, hey, you know, psychic medium readers need readings too. And I was actually drawn to her next, if that's okay with
Oh,
you.
really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, Anne, I'm going to connect in with you real quick, and we'll see what we got going on here. When I connected in with you, my heartbeat increased. I don't know what's up with that, but my heartbeat increased. Maybe you just have a faster heartbeat than I do. I don't know, but that's the first thing I felt was that my heart increased, my beat increased. And I'm asking, what is it that you might need to know that you're not already aware of? Because I know you already have a great awareness of a lot of things. I heard he's going to be okay. I don't know what that means for you. I don't know who he is, and I don't know why he's telling you he's going to be okay. But I feel like this is someone who is still here, someone who's still on this side. So I don't know if you have like a sick friend or a family member, but I feel like someone is telling you he's going to be okay. I don't know who that is. But I feel like you've been concerned about something, and I'm not sure what it is. You've been concerned about someone. And I just keep hearing he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. And I'm trying not to read the comments because it
Right.
takes me off track here. Also, Anne, I have someone coming in who is on the other side. I feel like it's a male. I feel like it's an older male, maybe a grandfather. I don't feel like it's a father. I feel though it might be a grandfather. And what he's saying is, whatever decision that you've made recently, it's the right one. You've made the right decision. I feel like this is career related. I feel like there was some choices to be made, and I'm not sure exactly. I know we've talked a little bit in the past about different events and different people who run events and whatever, but whatever you recently chose to go that direction in, he's saying that was the correct direction. That's the one that's going to be the best for you in the long run. That's the one that's going to support you the best in what you're doing.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was one more thing. Hold on. It's a very far away voice that I'm hearing. So I feel like it's someone that either you knew a very long time ago in this life, but a long time ago in this life. And I guess not a very long time ago. You're not that old, but keep it up, honey, is what I'm hearing. Just keep it up, honey. And it feels like an older woman. So maybe someone who passed when you were very young. So.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Anne.
We have several people that said they want a reading. Jessica wants a reading. And, somebody said they want to be part of your program. Where is that?
But here's a request for an intuitive you class. That was Keith. Hi, Keith. Thanks. Let's see. I'm trying not to miss anybody, and this is such a long list.
Long list of people who want you to.
Yeah, I did, and I don't want to accidentally miss somebody. So if I do accidentally miss you, I'm sorry. It wasn't on purpose. Somebody said something about a message from their mom, and I missed it. You know what? I think I'm just going to let you choose the messages. How's that sound? you choose who gets like the next message.
Paula, can I have a reading? Thanks, Paula. What's your last name? Sinead? Niece.
Paula. Okay.
Paula.
Paula. Oh, okay. There she is.
There she is.
All right. Let me just connect in. Again, with the heartbeat, I'm actually hearing a heartbeat. And it's not like it's changing my heartbeat. I'm hearing a heartbeat like in my ears. So what is the message for Paula? Since she didn't ask an actual question, I just go straight to your spirit guides and I say, what do you want Paula to know? And what your spirit guides want you to know is that you're sitting on the fence. And right now it's okay to sit on the fence, but not for a whole lot longer. You're sitting on the fence about something. I don't know what it is. They're saying she knows what she's doing and she wants someone to tell her what to do. And they're not going to let me tell you what to do because that's not my job. Let me just be clear about that. It is never my job to tell someone what to do because I don't have to pay any consequences for the choices you make. So it's not my job to tell you what to do. But they're acknowledging that you're sitting on the fence about something and you want to go one way or the other. And so as far as making a decision, what your guides are saying is flip a coin. Flip a coin. And if you're disappointed by the result, then you know that it was the other one that you should have made. And it's a weird way to do it, but they're saying that that's what they want you to do because you are literally seeing both sides of the coin so clearly and you are having trouble making a decision. That's what I'm getting. Okay.
Ah, wonderful.
All right.
Great. We have Jessica Lynn, Ancient Healing.
Okay. Let me just pull back from Paula and connect in with Jessica.
I would love a reading.
The way that I do this, by the way, I take a little bit longer connecting because I connect heart to heart. I connect into your heart center so that I can feel you. And that makes it easier for me to do your reading. So, and then when I'm done, I pull back. I don't stay there. So. Okay, Jessica, I feel like you have just come through a difficult time. And I mean, we've all kind of come through a difficult time at the end of a pandemic, but I mean, personally, you've come through a difficult time that has really kind of transformed who you are and the way that you relate to people. It's really interesting to me that you really kind of felt like you had it all together. You knew what you were doing, and you did. You absolutely did, but something shifted and then you kind of shifted up a bit. You went to a higher vibration. And when you went to that higher vibration, you started rethinking about ways to do things and ways to reach out to people. You're obviously a healer, ancient healing being part of your name. And I feel like when you did that shift, it's like the energy moving through you got bigger. It got stronger. It got more profound, I guess, would be a way to say it. It really started impacting not only you, but the people that you work on or work with in a much bigger way. That's what I got for you. So it was confirmation for you is what they were bringing through. Good job.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
And I am spiritual. Okay. My name is Tari. Appreciative of any messages from my guides.
Okay. I am spiritual. Okay. There we go.
I am Tari.
Tari. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tari, when I tune into your spirit guides, I tune into you and then your spirit guides. And I have a feeling that you probably felt me tune into you because I think you felt it. I think you felt that. It was interesting, but it was almost like I could feel you reacting to my connecting into your heart chakra. Your guides would like to, and I know I'm opening a can of worms here, but you have a couple of guides who want to introduce themselves to you so that you know who they are. You have a hawk and you have a bear, brown bear, I believe. It's a big bear. And I know in my native teachings, Bear Clan is healers. So that tells me that you've got healing energy going on. I don't know if you're actually actively using your healing energy with people or animals, but I feel like you have it. And your main spirit guide looks like a Greek goddess kind of to me. I mean, I don't know the name of the Greek goddesses or any of that, because when I'm doing this, it's like everything is just intuitive that's coming through. So any access that I have to information, I don't always remember, but she looks like a Greek goddess. She's got a toga, black hair, kind of put up real fancy. And I feel like she's your main guide. She's the one who came in with you. She's the one who will be with you your whole lifetime. She wants you to know that she is always there for you and you can talk to her anytime. She also influences just kind of the way you are in the world, if that makes any sense. Like the way that you present in the world, you present as a goddess. You present as someone who is poised and elegant, and that's the way that you present in the world. And yeah, that's who she is. That's who she is, Greek goddess. And again, I want to say Athena. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know if that's a Greek goddess or some other goddess. I have no idea. But I feel like she is your main guide, and she is the one who guides you in this life. And she is the one who, she kind of makes you toe the line too. Like she doesn't put up with a lot of nonsense. You know, you start wavering off the line, she's right there to go, no, this is what we're doing. And that's what I'm getting for you.
Wow, that's a lot.
Thanks.
Amazing.
It's funny when guides start talking because they have a lot to say.
I don't even know my guides. I don't even know about my guides.
We're going to have a discussion about that.
We'll have to talk about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Facebook user. Hi, any message for me?
Oh, let me see if it's a Facebook user. All right. So I just want to tune into the energy there. When I tuned into you, I started getting like feeling something in my throat, like I needed to swallow, but having a little trouble swallowing, and I don't know what that's all about. I mean, it could be just, that's kind of just the way that I feel like. Okay, so what that could be is, it could be something physical, like you're having a physical reaction to something. If you're in the northern half of the United States, you might be having a physical reaction to smoke. If you're in Canada, you're probably definitely having a physical reaction to smoke because it's all over in the air here. It could also be having trouble standing up for yourself, having trouble speaking your truth, having trouble with moving forward, with saying what is important to you, and kind of sitting back and letting other people make decisions. So those are the two things that I get when I get something in the throat. For you in particular, I feel like maybe you're not speaking your truth, or you're a little bit afraid of standing up and saying, this is me, this is what I want. Probably partly because, my name is Caprice. Okay, Caprice, okay. Yeah, I feel like having trouble just speaking your truth, having trouble saying this is who I am and this is what I expect out of life. And I have a feeling it's a learned behavior with you, that your truth was not honored when you spoke it before, that your requests were not honored. I feel like that's where that is for you. Like that's where you have trouble. And that might not have been what you were looking for, but the more that I'm talking, wow. How about that? You've been sick and lost. Yeah, because I'm starting to lose my voice and I'm like, okay, wait a minute here. Hold up. Tea time. Hold up.
That was good. Drink.
Mm-hmm. Tea with lots of honey.
Mm.
My producer taught me that.
Wow.
Well, I hope that you are feeling better, but that's really what I picked up was it's really a lot of ick in your throat. So I hope that you're feeling better soon, Caprice.
And she wants to know about her guides.
Okay. I see a falcon, like a peregrine falcon, a messenger. I also feel like you have some telepathic ability, like you are able to, in some cases, read people's minds, but I feel like you're reading more their feelings than their minds. So probably intuitive, empathic. You also have how do I say this? He looks tall and thin, like a cartoon character. He's wearing a suit and a hat. The one I'm seeing was in Animaniacs years ago. He was like a balloon character. But I feel like that is a guide that he feels like a taskmaster, like you will get these things done. And I feel like you're the kind of person who, when you decide to do something, it's going to happen. And I feel like he's the one who helps you make that happen. I'm asking other guides to come forward. I'm seeing someone coming forward. It's a woman. She's wearing like a prairie dress, like in Little House on the Prairie, with the with the longer skirt and the apron. And I feel like her name is Margaret. And I know I said I don't get names, but this one just came to me. I feel like her name is Margaret, and I feel like she's gentle and she's nurturing and she's very matronly. And I feel like she is your main guide. I feel like she is the one who came in with you and will go out with you. So those are the three that I'm getting. Thanks.
Wow, amazing. We have
My
4
mom
minutes.
was Margaret. Did you see that last comment?
What did she say?
My mom was Margaret.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
If anybody doubts anybody that has this ability, I don't think they're having any doubts now.
I hope not.
No, that's what's so beautiful about having you on, because, I remember talking to Robert. Robert says, she's the real deal. I don't say that lightly. And,
I know he said that before. Thank you, Robert.
You're the real deal. Yes, you are. And I appreciate that you're so genuine and so honest about how you
thank
do
you.
this. It's nothing flashy. You just respond. You want to help, and your calling is so powerful to help so many people. And thank you for being on the show. And I know that people can get a hold of you. People already want to sign up for your day-long class right now. So how can we get a hold of you? KristineBloom.com. And
it's Kristina with an A. So
sorry,
it's Kristina Bloom, spelled with a K. It's right there on the screen. But I know that this is also going to be a podcast. So it's Kristina, KristianaBloom.com. And there is a contact page on my website where you can get a hold of me. If you're on Facebook, you can find me at Kristina L. Bloom. Sorry, I have 2 accounts out there, and one of them I can't get into. Use the one that has my middle initial, Kristina L.
Good.
Bloom. So you can reach me that way too.
And of course, you can come on her show, on Kristina's show, and every Monday at 8:00 on WLTK-DB.
It's 8 Central, just
8 Central.
So y'all know, 8 Central. Yes. Yes. And thank you, Lynda, so much for inviting me on your show. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you. I was looking forward to it for a long time. I know we've talked about it for a while.
Yeah, we talked about it a while ago. So I'm grateful that you invited me on. And it was good to see Robert again. Thanks, Robert.
Yes.
For being here.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that we have this formless self that is our essence. And that when we recognize it within ourselves, and we can we can feel that sense of godliness within ourselves, the divine within ourselves, then we have a clear channel to those who are in that formless dimension that can talk with us and never feel alone, because your family is present. It's just a veil, a very thin veil between here and there. So thank you for making that so clear for us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And one more quick thing. Keith asked Merlin, yes or no. The answer is yes.
All right. Good. And I'm so happy that my mother came through, and God bless her for that. And I appreciate everybody that participated. And please, you can watch the reruns also on momenttomoment.podbean.com. You can subscribe to the station. Every week we're here just to remind you of the truth of who you are, which is divine presence. So thank you for tuning up. And Kristina, thank you again for being such a light, love in everyone's life.
Thank you.
Well, and Mike and Robert, thank you for being here.
Yeah, and Robert, thank you for introducing me to Lynda.
Yes, Robert, you're the channel. Yeah, you're the bridge. Yes. All right. Well, have a blessed night, and we'll see you next week on Moment to Moment. And God bless everyone.
Bye.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.